children, in the previous video we had discussed about alcohols, phenols and their nomenclature. In this video we are going to learn about ethers and their nomenclature. Let us see what are these group of compounds called. Ethers, once we study, these are the hydrocarbons derivatives in which one of the hydrogen atom, for example, we are selecting one simplest hydrocarbon, methane. The simplest hydrocarbon, methane, we are going to replace one of its hydrogen with some group of atoms. So, the hydrocarbons in which one of the hydrogen is substituted by an alkoxy or aryloxy group of atoms. The hydrocarbons in which a hydrogen is substituted with an alkoxy or aryloxy group of atoms were known as ethers. So, the simplest hydrocarbon, we have removed one hydrogen and replaced one OR. Now, an example we are using. In the place of R, we can take any of the hydrocarbon chain. It may be one carbon chain or two carbon chain. Let us see the examples. CH3O. In the place of hydrogen, one oxygen was bonded. For that oxygen, we are getting in the place of R the CH3. Means these both alkyl groups, that is the methyl groups, are similar. Both the methyl groups are similar. In this case, we call these type of ethers as symmetrical ethers. We call these type of ethers as the symmetrical ethers, in which both the alkyl groups are of similar kind. We will choose one more example. CH3, CH2, O, CH2, CH2. Even in this case also, we can find two of the ethyl groups that are similar. Between them the oxygen is present. So this is also a symmetrical ether. Whereas if one of the alkyl group is methyl and another alkyl group is ethyl, then we will say these are unsymmetrical ethers. These are unsymmetrical ethers. So in the ethers there are mainly two types. There are symmetrical ethers and the unsymmetrical ethers. Now let's go with the nomenclature of these ethers. So let's continue with the nomenclature of the ethers. When we are going to give the naming for these ethers, there are two kinds of methods. One is the common naming, another one is the UPC name. So let us see what are the rules that we follow during the common naming and also IUPAC naming. So in the common naming of ears, the first and foremost thing is we need to know the alphabets, because the group of atoms that are going to be surrounding this ether, that may be alkyl or aryl, they were written in their alphabetic order. For example, we have CH3, OCH3. Here, whenever we observe the alkyl groups, if they are similar, the first point is when similar alkyl groups were present, the word di is prefixed. The alkyl groups were arranged in alphabetic order. Suffixed with the word ene. These are the main 2 points when we are giving the common naming for the ethers. So let's see the first point. When similar alkyl groups are present, the word di is prefixed. Here we can find the alkyl groups are similar. What are the alkyl groups here? We find the methyl groups. These are the methyl groups. So the naming what we give is di methyl ether. This is the first major point we observe. Let us take the another example. CH3, O, CH2, CH3. Now we have 2 groups. One is methyl and CH2, CH3 together it is called as the ethyl. Among M and E, which comes first? E comes first. So this is called as the ethyl methyl ether. We take one more example. CH3, O, CH2, CH2, CH3. Here we have methyl and is propyl. Generally, this is given in a straight chain. So we give N-propyl. So the naming what we can give is M followed by P. So methyl N propyl ether. This is the way how we give when we are following the nomenclature. Under the compounds that have the similar alkyl groups, we came to know we will prefix the word di. So let's take one more example. In this case, CH3, CH2, O, CH2, CH3. Both this is an ethyl group and next one is also an ethyl group. So how we give the name? We give the name di ethyl ether. We are continuing with the IUPAC rules for the naming of ethers. International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, the rules that they had given, once we are checking with. The first rule is, according to the UPSC, longest carbon chain becomes the parent hydrocarbon chain. That will be suffixed. That will be suffixed. And this is the main point we observe. And the prefix will end with oxy. How means? For example, let's see the common name again about CH3OCH3. Previously we came to know when there are two similar alkyl groups, we must prefix the word di. Here there are two, so we use the word dimethyl ether. Now coming for IUPAC, the first rule is explaining that the longest carbon chain becomes the hydrocarbon chain and the remaining will be prefixed. But here both are methyls, so we can choose any of the parent carbon. But remaining group, let us take, this is the prefixed one, methyl. According to second point, what we have learned is prefix will end with oxy. So we call here with methoxy methane. Hydrocarbon chain, the longest hydrocarbon chain will be suffixed. Let us take the second example. In this case also, we have the similar alkyl groups CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. So the common naming we give as diethyl ether. But for IUPAC, again the same point continues. One will be prefixed and there will be suffixed. So we write this one as ethoxy ethane. Now we have the unsymmetrical ether CH3O, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is the methyl part, it is the propyl part, normal propyl part. So this becomes the 3 carbon chain which will be the parent chain. Under the common naming, it follows the rule that methyl N-propyl ether. And how we work with IUPAC? Shortest one will be prefix, longest chain will be suffix. The shortest one will be ending with oxy. So this is given as the methoxy propane. IUPAC's name is given as the methoxy propane. Shortest will be suffixed with oxy, longest hydrocarbon chain will be suffixed. Now we have C6H5OCH3. Here we have methyl group and we have phenyl group. In the common naming, we use the C6H5 as phenyl. In the case of common naming. Whereas in the case of IUPAC naming, we call this one just with the word benzene. So methyl is the shortest one, CH3, C6H5, phenyl ether. Because in the phenyl there are 6 carbons in length. Now coming for IUPAC, here the longest is C6H5, the shortest is CH3. So we end with methoxybenzene. It is also called as anisole. It is also called as anisole. So we are taking the next example. C6H5O CH2CH3. The common naming, this is ethyl group, this is phenyl group. So we say ethyl, phenyl, ether. Whereas in the IUPAC, this will be the prefix as ethoxybenzene. Ethoxybenzene. This will be prefixed with oxy, benzene will be suffix. Now we are taking the next example where the propyl group is having an oxygen linked not to the first carbon but in the longest chain we call that is the second carbon. In the common naming, this is the methyl group, it is isopropyl group. So we call methyl isopropyl ether. Whereas in the IUPAC, shortest one is methoxy. Methyl group suffixed with oxy. And the suffix will be parent carbon chain 3 in number. Where is this methoxy group attached or bonded? It is bonded on the second carbon. In the IUPAC naming, this branching must be mentioned. So we mention the methoxy group is the second group. So it is written as 2-methoxypropane. Please clearly observe, student, when the propane is in a straight chain, we can write as methoxypropane. But when the propane is having the oxygen attached for the second carbon, we must mention its position to write it as 2-methoxypropane. Let's continue with few more examples. The next example is C6H5O CH2s are 6 in length. At the end we have CH3. So together we need to consider this hydrocarbon chain. CH2s are 6 in number, CH3 is 1. Overall there are 7 carbon atoms in length. Whereas here we have only 6 carbon atoms in length. Now we have 2 groups here. It is called heptane group and this is called phenyl in the case of common name. Among H and P, the H comes first. So in the common naming, we give heptyl phenyl ether. Heptyl phenyl ether. Whereas in the IUPAC naming, the longest hydrocarbon chain will become the suffix. Means the 7 carbon atoms will become the suffix. So among the 7 carbon atoms, the first one is bonded with OC6H5. So we call this one as 1-phenoxy. When the benzene is going to be prefixed, it is called as the phenoxy. 1-phenoxy heptane. For the 7 carbon atoms, the phenoxy is bonded to the first carbon. Taking the final name C6H5O CH2 6CH3. 7 carbon atoms are called heptane. 6 carbons are called phenyl or heptyl. We can call in the common name this as the alkyl or heptane group. So in the common name here given H comes first, heptyl phenyl ether. But in the IUPAC, the phenoxy is the word prefix. When benzene ring is going to be prefixed, it is called as the phenyl group. So it is called as suffixed with the word oxy because of either 1-phenoxyheptane. Now take the next one. CH3, O, CH2, CH2, O, CH3. We can find there are 2 methoxy groups, and in this case where there are 2 ethers in a compound, we don't give any common naming, but we take the longest carbon chain. We can start from anywhere because this is a symmetrical molecule. So we give 1,2 dimethoxy, first position and also second position. There are 2 methoxy groups. Hence we give 1,2 dimethoxy. Hydrocarbon chain is 2 carbons. Hence it is called as the ethane. The next example. A cyclic ring is there of 6 members. Generally 6 member cyclic rings we call as the cyclohexane. And there are 2 methyl groups on a carbon, and on another carbon there is one OC2H5. Which one need to be considered as the first carbon? The carbon with the more substituents is considered as the first carbon. Hence, here we can call this is the first carbon, this is the second carbon. Now, on the second carbon, there is an group, ethyl group, with an oxygen bonded to another carbon. This is only 2-membered carbon. So, this will be prefixed for this longest hydrocarbon chain, including the substituents after the ethoxy. Once again we are repeating, children. The 1 is given because the carbon got 2 substituents. 2 is the next priority where there is an ethoxy group. Followed for this ethoxy, we will mention the location of the substituents and we will then mention the name, the cycloalkane chain. So let's give the name. We can write as 2-ethoxy 1,1 dimethyl cyclohexane is the IUPAC name we can give for this compound. So this is what how to give the common name and IUPAC name for the ethers.